Hello again. Thank you for tuning into my video called Don't Eat at Racist McDonald's because in China recently there's some urban myth or legend going around that Africans or African Americans have the coronavirus. And people in China have always had a certain level of racism against everybody. Like as a white person, they would call me a gringo sometimes, or African persons, they just call them in their own language black people. Hey run. That means hey means black and run means people. So in China recently, they've been evicting Africans from their homes. These are Africans from Africa. And then they're putting up signs in their stores and restaurants. They all have the same sign. It says, this is exactly what the sign says. I will read it from my phone. It says, what does it say? The sign, it says, this. Here, look, you see it? It's on my phone. It says, we've been informed that from now on, black people are not allowed to enter the restaurant for the sake of your health. Consciously notify the local police for medical isolation. Please understand the inconvenience caused. Police telephone number 110. Even McDonald's is now turning away. So it's very terrible. I'll put the pictures on my video here. It says, BBC News, China McDonald apologizes for Guangzhou ban on black people, April 14th, 2020. So I wouldn't eat at McDonald's anymore if they're going to be racist and discriminate against people based on the color of their skin. No way. I mean, it's terrible. I just wouldn't eat there anymore in America, and I wouldn't buy stock in the company. It's a really horrible and monstrous thing that McDonald's has done, and they're responsible for what their company does in China. They still have the Golden Arches, they still have Ronald McDonald. It's McDonald's in China, and if they're going to delegate their company to a place which irresponsibly uses their power, then McDonald's all around the world should suffer for the mistake that they make in China, just like they profit from the supposed gains that they make in China. So don't eat at McDonald's. I have a second note about this McDonald's thing. Think how terrible you would feel if you wanted to get something to eat. You leave your house, you walk to a nearby McDonald's, you get there and you see a notice on the door saying you can't come in based on the color of your skin. And we say we're racist against Chinese in America because Trump calls it the name Wuhan virus or Chinese virus because that's where it comes from. We say we're racist here. Meanwhile, in China, they're putting notices on the freaking doors of McDonald's, not letting black people, Africans, African Americans, even go into their store. If that happened in America 20 or 30 years ago, it would be a huge deal. If it happened today, it would be inexplicable because today is the PC era. But just because it happens in China, we don't care about it. Meanwhile, we ship all of our jobs to China. They take all our factory jobs. We give their country almost 500 billion each year. We get back from them 150 billion. There's a huge trade imbalance. And just think how you would feel if you go to a store and it says you can't come in because you're white, you can't come in because you're Spanish, you can't come in because you're Asian, you can't come in because you're black or African, you can't come in because you're from whatever, Antarctica, your skin's purple. It's just a terrible thing, and until you grasp the enormity of it, you'll never be able to understand the pain that it could cause to every single person in the world. So the only thing that we can do is to boycott McDonald's, to show them that their racism will not be tolerated. And if they want to operate in China with this kind of notice on their doors, then let them find a more racist-friendly culture to do their business in. Meanwhile, they can't earn dollars in America anymore because people should definitely not support their bigotry and callousness and absurdity. It's absurd that that kind of door can be, a notice can be placed on a door like that in the year 2020.